Hello, hockey fans. Well, we had another great day of Stanley Cup playoff action in the books. It was day 11 that came and went with four games, two of them potential elimination, the other two pivotal game fives. So here's what took place in this amazing day. As I watched this day, I was thinking, the NBA had four teams eliminated, but the NHL is yet to have an elimination this year's playoffs until now. And the Carolina Hurricanes finished it off. It wasn't easy, but they did it. It was went to double overtime again, but Sebastian Aho ended it, and as a result, there we have it. The Carolina Hurricanes became the first member of this year's Elite Eight. They are on to round two, ousting the New Jersey Devils in 5 games. It was quite a series. It was quite a series. A 5 game series of best of seven in hockey can be good if both teams make it good and if there's some overtime, and there was plenty of it. Two overtime games, both went both went to 2 periods. So with games 3 and 5 serving as the longest games of the playoffs so far. The Devils, they were shorthanded big time, but they made it a challenge. But in the end, Carolina was just too much for them. Maybe if Hughes was healthy, who knows? But congrats to the Hurricanes for becoming the first team to clinch a spot in this year's Elite Eight. They are conference semifinalists, and they've reached the final round in the Metropolitan bracket. They will await whoever wins between the Capitals and Canadiens, and well, barring some big comeback, chances are it's going to be Washington. They'll be headed on the road. Leafs, are you doing that thing again? This was a 3-0 series lead. Now all of a sudden, this series has earned one more trip back to Ottawa. The Leafs had literally no answer for the Senators in Game 5 of this. They couldn't get anything past Omar. They gave up a shorthanded goal. They just had nothing, and now they have to try to clinch this thing on the road again. Otherwise, they could be looking for one more trip back to Toronto with both teams' seasons on the line. And Leafs fans are already pessimistic enough as it is, without them feeling the possibility of something that's only happened, I think, 4 times in NHL history and almost happened in last year's final. My goodness, Leafs, you need to take care of it in Game 6. Take care of it and wait and get ready to go to the Sunshine State. That's all I ask. I said this was going to be a great series, though. I really thought Minnesota had it. I mean, they called that bogus offside. It was not offside. The puck was on the line. That's not offside. But they disallowed that. The game went to overtime, and Brett Howden won it in just over 4 minutes. So Vegas is one win away from advancing, and the Wild who had a Marc-Andre Fleury in net, which was great. Need to get that big win at home to force another trip to Vegas. They can do it. I mean, like I said, the last time these two teams faced off, it went 7. So we'll see how that goes. But it's like I said, it's been an interesting series so far. I've got 3 simple words for you. You fucked up. Kings, I'm completely furious right now. I am so furious at this. How is it? How is it? You have everything in your favor entering this series. You got home ice finally in this thing for the first time in in this current playoff rivalry. You have home ice. You're the best home team in the league by far. You got a powerful group of goal scorers. The goalie is kicking so much ass, even playing much better than he did 3 years ago when he hoisted the cup with us. The Oilers are weakened. They are vulnerable. They entered this playoffs sputtering. Yet, for some reason, the Kings are going to enter Edmonton facing elimination. And why? Because these idiots are leaving Kemper out to dry again. They did this shit in game 4 in overtime. Kemper was standing on his head in that period, but it wasn't enough. Matter of fact, Kemper was standing on his head in the third period and overtime that game, but it wasn't enough. I'm starting to sound like Cena, heel Cena. And then there he is again, stopping everything, but LA couldn't piece two shots together. At one point, the shots ratio was almost 3-1 in favor of Edmonton. It's like Kemper never left Arizona. And I'm speaking and ranting like this, like it's over, like the series is over. Is it over? I would like to think it's not, but I don't know. I know this much. If the Kings do lose this series, especially in 6, and they don't get another trip to LA, this team really should be looked at and made fun of. I'm dead serious. This will be 4 straight years. If now, this will be 4 straight years they'll have been knocked out in round 1 by Edmonton. And this was their best chance to get them out. This should have ended in 5 with LA advancing and waiting out the Vegas-Minnesota series. Now they will have to win at Edmonton. They will have to win at Edmonton. Otherwise, it's going to be another early exit for this team. And the sad part is we can't really blame the officiating too much because Oilers haven't had, while they have had their share of power plays, it's not like last year or the year before that either. The Kings keep doing this shit to themselves. They better get it fixed in Game 6. They really do. So that was tonight's action. Now let's see what's in store for us tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 3 games, and 2 of them are potential eliminations because they're both in the East. But at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, it's Game 5 in the Metro between the Capitals and the Canadiens. Washington's up 3-1, and they can finish off. They can finish off the Canadiens in that game, and it would complete the first of the 4 division final matchups. It will be Washington and Carolina if they win in advance. And then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, it's Game 5 of the Battle of Florida in the Atlantic. The Panthers and Lightning, that series ships back to Tampa. But it's Florida that leads 3-1 and can oust the Lightning for the second straight year. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, it's Game 5 in the Central between the Blues and the Jets, and that series is dead even at 2. So that's what's in store for us tomorrow. But for now, that is my recap of day 11 of this year's playoffs. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok and Instagram, feel free to hit that follow button. My story about the Devils, what went wrong, the first of 8 for round 1, is featured in the description. Check it out, and I'll be back this time tomorrow to recap tomorrow's action. So stay tuned.